Okay, what do we got here? Oh, great! So we finally figured that out. And are we on YouTube? Notification from. I think I'm on YouTube. Oh, I see an old one on YouTube. There's a new one on YouTube. It has my Periscope. Okay, there we go. Oh, 7 already on YouTube. That's not nice. Oh, we got 5 on. That's so nice. I was up in upstate Connecticut for the last 5 or 6 days, about a week. My son got married up there, and they did it at his now wife. I remember seeing you as a kid on TV. Well, I'm still a kid on the internet now. I know you were the kid. Yeah, it's been a long time. Jay, oh, how you doing, Jay? Nice to see you back there. Yeah, that's great. I guess my I look so funny when I have to read like this. I got to get close, and the reading stuff is down here, so I got to do it. Then when I get back in the back, so the glasses make my face look funny because I go in and out and move it up and down and whatever. Well, what I want to teach you a little bit today is about finding grant money on the internet. And I came home last night. I got home real late last night, and I have 2 reports I had to do. Somebody started saying about starting a nonprofit. This will help you too. And I've done videos in the past here about the 5 best places to start a nonprofit, where to get money for any kind of nonprofit. But this is for housing today, because I do reports. They cost about $49. I'm trying to get it cheaper somehow, but it's too hard because they're all local. Most of the programs are local. I'm trying to get my 299 report. I finally did one for Florida only, and this is for spending money. So actually I got about 327 sources of free money and free services for anybody who lives in Florida. And that's going to be up on my website soon, and I hope on a Udemy video. And instead of charging like $80, I'm trying to charge maybe like only $40. So, and it's huge. It's 300 and some pages or whatever. I mean, these are huge reference materials for all the free money, so for where you live in any state. So I'm working on that. I'm going to have Florida up, I hope, in the next few days. But right now, what I want to do, I have it for every state eventually. But right now we do customize. So if you're looking for free money and help for anything, then I do custom report. One for housing, so anything, the housing and real estate for where you live. I do one for business or nonprofits. This is all customized for where you live. And then another one for everything to pay your bills and expenses on anything. So all the free money. I got your book for free. Yay! You must be, I was giving some free ones to people in Texas who were hurt for the flood, and people in Florida hurt by the flood. But these are ebooks. They're loaded with videos. All my ebooks now have dozens and dozens of videos. Live in DC, yes, I do them for there. I do them for everybody. That's why you have to do them custom. They're because the programs are different, and to give you the links locally. But I'm working on now doing the 355 over 300 programs, just living expenses for everybody, anybody. So it's sort of like your guide to government grants and all the free information for your state. And so I'm doing individual ones, and I hope to do them for all 50. Right now, I'll be finished with Florida, and I should have it up on letsgo.com/tutor, in the next few days. And that's a huge sucker report, that I'll have there. But let me talk about housing. So how you could find it, if you don't have the funds for me to do it or whatever, because I do it for like $50, and I do the business one and the one for all your expense money that you need, all the programs, any kind of program that's available for free for all incomes. That's also for $79. But here, if you start learning the system, you could do all this kind of stuff yourself, because it's 40, 50 years of experience I have doing this. I know the traps, where the stuff is hidden, how to say it. It's not legally hidden or anything. I mean, it's nothing malicious, I don't think, is it? bureaucracies. You try to find something at Comcast or whatever, just get anybody to talk to you. They're a big goddamn corporation, and nobody knows what the hell's going on. So it takes effort for anything. So that's why, even now, here's a small town I'm working on, way up in upstate New York. I mean, they have more cows than people. I'm finding programs there, over 50 programs, and like, here's one of the best ones I found, and it's from the Federal Home Loan Bank Board. See, nobody even thinks about that, or whatever. And what they do, they have a program. See, what's interesting, and this is why I put the title here, to how to do buy real estate, and also make money from real estate. See, and that's all, I'm going to show you later a little bit about on the shared economy making money, how to get $50,000 for free, literally, in the shared economy to make money. And then also to make money from renting stuff or using your house and things like that, or stuff you can do from your house. So we'll cover that later. But right now, the program, I want to make sure that people know, it's called like a club program. It's really bizarre, but they call it a club, a housing club, and it's from the Home Loan Bank Board of New York. So the Federal Home Loan Bank Board of New York. So if you go to FHLB, Federal Home Loan Bank New York, so FHLBNY.com, I'm going to click on this site, on the link that I have in the report. What I have is a copy of the report I just sent out to my customer, and it's called the First Home Club. First Home Club, and that's part of the Federal Home Loan Bank of New York. See, there's about 12 different area Federal Home Loan Bank boards. So you got to know that. There's a bank board in Washington, but they're run by regions of the country. So that's called the First Home Club. Now what they do is give you money. If you save $1, they're going to give you $4 more. Okay, so they give you a grant for $4 every time you save $1. And listen to this. See, what's interesting to me about that? It's not only to buy a home, but it's to buy a 1 to 4 family home. Okay, so you have a 1 to 4 family, so you can buy a home with 4 units in it, right? So you get the money and the grant money to help you do that. And now you have rental income on 4 other units. Wow. So if you're interested in the real estate business or anything like that, this seems natural. And actually, New York State, the state government, has programs for that too, to help you buy 1 unit to 4 units. A lot of states don't have them. Some states do. Some local governments have them. Some do. This also club thing, it's also for manufactured homes. So they have grant money. That's grant money you're getting to live in a mobile home. That's very unlikely, to tell you the truth, that many people are able to find grants for mobile homes. Like I say, the caveat to all this is that it's different everywhere you live, and that's why I don't know how to do one thing, even for a whole state. Maybe, I doubt it though, for housing. But I can do for expense money, because most of the expense money comes from federal to state and so on. And there's a lot, I could get at least 90% of that, in one report for a state, to give you all the links to get that money. But housing, there's just too much at the local level. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. And business is sort of that way too, and I'm not sure I'll ever figure that out. So I'm working on and I sort of like the big reference book, for all their expenses, because I if you know me long enough, I used to do Information USA, and it was like a family thing. I want the whole family to know what the government has for any aspect of the family. So you have this report report or whatever, this reference source, you could, somebody's got to go to school. Okay, you look at the reference source and see, hey, where's the money for education and training? What should I check at? Whatever. It doesn't solve every problem. Nobody can. But it's something you have to check, because the government now represents over a third of everything in our country is government. So if you're ignoring that, it's sort of silly. And that's why, and then if you start to look for it yourself, man, you get overwhelmed and you just say, screw it, it's not there. So that's why the one reports I'm coming out with soon will be one section. Just for one state, you'll have 350 sources of money and free help, to solve any kind of problem. It's a legal problem, it's a business problem, it's almost anything. They will all be there, and that's what's neat. So here is, the money that you can get grant money, but see, you have to save a little yourself. So if you're saving $1, they're going to put in $4 of grant money, and you build up your money to get a 1 to 4 family home, a condominium, a cooperative. That's another condominium thing, but people, co-ops, everybody owns the whole business like a share. Whereas a condominium, you own your little beehive or your little cubicle in the beehive, kind of thing. So that's pretty neat. And here's the national. If you don't live there, you could go to this national Federal Home Loan Bank Board, FHLB.com, and then find your local for your region. It's a little funny around to find it, but if you just put maybe your state and Federal Home Loan Bank Board is maybe the way to do that. Now here's another thing. Make sure no matter where you live, there's a wonderful organization called Habitat for Humanity. If you're old enough, you may remember Jimmy Carter used to volunteer for Habitat for Humanity all the time. So that, to me, he made that famous, and that's the first time I heard about it. But what's neat about this is a place where you can go and get a house, not only for no down payment, there's no upfront cost, you're getting a house for 50% off. It's 50% cheaper. So if you're looking at a house for $300,000, you only pay $150,000. That's it. But the key to this is they build the houses. And what you have to do is volunteer your time to help build other people's houses. And that's how you get your sweat equity into your house. But boy, like if you have a $300,000 house or $200,000 house, I don't know for sure, interest rates vary and whatever it is, but if you're only paying half of that, so you're getting a 0% interest loan. So for the house, the mortgage, if you have a say a $200,000 house, you're getting a 0% interest loan. So a 0% interest loan on $200,000 is half the cost of a 4% interest loan at $200,000. Because after 30 years, half of the money that you're paying in your mortgage goes to pay interest. So your interest payments will actually be half. Oh my God, lost something. Okay. So I consider this the biggest, best deal in America, for housing, and that's the Habitat. Just put Habitat, HABITAT.org. HABITAT.org. Remember, all the good stuff is in .org or .com. That bank, unfortunately, was a .gov. So they're usually quasi-government. So some of the .govs, even though they're government supported, they're like quasi-government. Now here's another interesting, something called, if you live in a small community, rural, there's a financing organization called Rural Home, RURALHOME. If you go to Paris Group website, the comments don't go away. Oh, really? Oh, okay, good. Thank you. I was asking that the other day. Whatever. Well, thank you. Whoever that was, you flashed away already. Yeah. You actually, what I should do is get. Oh, yes. Who is it? Oh, Lewis. Thank you. I got my sin. But on YouTube, they go away, don't they, Lewis? All might support him with likes and share. Let's all support him. Oh, that's awfully nice, Vanette Live. It certainly helps. I need 1 billion where I can build my alien ship. There may be ways. Let's see. Hello from California. Need a home here. It's so expensive. Yes. Well, see, Habitat for Humanity is there, so that's getting a home at half price. You know? So you have equity. So that means if you sold it, you would get a hell of a lot more money. So you now have a bigger equity. So investing your sweat is a way to build equity for your life. So why work like hell for somebody? You're putting equity in a house that you're going to live in. See, that's what I mean. If you're investing in houses, you have to compete with all the gamblers out there that are doing this. And if a house, you know, if you invest in something you're going to live in, that's something you need anyway. So that's a good idea. The income requirements, somebody mentioned that. It depends. Some have income requirements, some don't. Housing, actually 80% of the money that the government gives out has no income requirements at all. You know, which is, everybody says, oh, that money only goes to poor people, you know, I'm going to be destitute. Or no, 80%, and that's just the free money, has no income requirements at all. You know, it's just to do stuff. And actually, housing that has income requirements, you know, it'll go up to like $90,000, you know. Like the healthcare thing now has subsidies for healthcare. That goes up to $94,000, I think. So don't worry about it. And even if they are, maybe you're making 50 grand and they say 40 is the limit or 45,000, you apply anyway and see. There's always ifs, ands, or buts. No one really knows for sure what the heck it is. And everything's so complicated. And the way to really get the straight answer is not even from me, because I'm guessing. Every program is different. You know, and I've cataloged over 17,000 programs. So rural housing, and also things like ruralhome.org, they have money for investors. So you want to build houses in small towns or apartments or something like that, then they have money to help you finance that too. A lot of money like that, a lot of funny money. And I put it in every report, how to show this, how to find this money. You know, that's available, because it's like you could get a grant that's not even called a grant. It's called a tax credit. Okay, so you're not an accountant and you see tax credits, screw that. I'm not going to bother with it or whatever. But no, man, you got to learn the system, because that's where the real good stuff is. The rich folks try to camouflage all the money they're getting. They call it something else. So the rest of us go, oh, it's either a grant or it's not a grant. You know, no. So a tax credit works like this in housing. You know, they have certain tax credits for housing, and that's to encourage people to do it. But you don't have any taxes because you don't make enough money to pay taxes or whatever, but you can still use the tax credit. Well, you say, I'm going to buy a house, and they give you $1 million tax credit. You go down to certain investors and banks, and they buy that, you know, for like 80% of the value. So that's enough to get the house built. So now you have your money, and none of it's yours, and you got $1 million, or you only have 800,000. Big deal, yep. So that's why everything's complicated, and the older I get, the more I realize I can't say I know stuff. What was that website again? The rural one, rural, RURALHOME, RURALHOME. Habitat for Humanity was HABITAT.org. Okay. So that's it. Okay, here's local governments have a lot of grants to fix up money. When you're looking for stuff, find your county, find your city or whatever. You're looking for grant money to fix your roof or get a new bathroom or whatever. They have money. Now, a lot of the fix-up money does have income requirements, and, you know, it depends, you know, maybe 50 grand or 40, 50, 60. Again, it depends on the community, it depends. There's no one rule, you know, so the thing you have to do is get there and find out what it is, you know, and apply. I mean, that's the only way you really learn, or ask and talk to somebody there. I mean, I really feel that people are more important now in our information age than any time, you know, because the internet is too complicated. Most of the stuff that you're going to find easily on the internet is people want to sell you something, and so you don't know about the other stuff. And that's what I'm trying to do, is educate people on the stuff you won't find on the internet, because the people telling you about don't make any money at this. Yeah, they just have money to give out. So they're not taking any money in, so they don't advertise. But see, it's complicated. So remember, there's people. And that's why in every one of these reports, I put in those 5 places that I just gave you the link for. Lesco.com/5free. Okay, those 5, I show you how to find those 5 places where you live, you know, and that's why my custom reports, I give you the links to where you live, you know, to use those 5 places, because they are things, I mean, it's silly that you didn't think of it, but your library, we have researchers there for free. Your reference librarians will do this research for you for free and identify programs that you will never find on Google, because they've been asked this question before and researched it and found that, you know, that local program or that nonprofit organization, you know, that provides this kind of help for free. You know, so that's a do not, you know, dismiss. I mean, and they're people you can talk to. It's not, see, Google, you have to figure out how they do things, and you never, there's robots doing things, right? It's not a person, and you have to know how it was programmed for the robots to do it. But here, this is people, you know, not robots. That's why, I mean, to me, the best way to use Google is talking to somebody at Google. But you will never get, they don't even have a phone number. Yeah, you'll never find them. But your library, old school people, do. And say, hey, I'm looking for this. And see, a lot of the good stuff is local, so you want to use them. Now, here's another great starting place for housing. It's called HUD Counseling, okay? So if you just Google now, HUD Counseling, thank you for saying about my personality. HUD Counseling, oh, you know what, I gave a talk at my son's wedding, and my son had 300 people there, okay, and a lot of big mucky mucks and really nice people. We had a great time. It was out in the woods kind of thing, in a small town. And but 300 people, everybody was very talented and everything, and I gave a, you know, the father of the groom speech or whatever, and I curse. I do it when I get my heart into something or whether I'm cursing and saying dirty jokes and whatever, more or less entertaining myself, and people coming after me. I've never heard a speech like that from at any wedding where somebody cursed. And that was sort of fun. And I think, to me, what I see, I love, you know, I mean, this is me inside, you know, and I love doing that because the hardest thing is to get people's attention. I learned that. I used to be a professor, a college professor of computer science, and the first thing I learned as a teacher, if you don't keep people awake, man, you can't teach anything. So I still see myself as a teacher, trying to teach people where the best information is for their life, you know, and tell you the truth, for me to be to enjoy it, I have to be crazy to enjoy it. Otherwise, I'll get bored. And if I get bored, you're sure as hell gonna get bored, right? You're gonna flick that channel. You got 10,000 other things to look at if you want to. You know? So you know, that's a little background on that. So anyway, your city and state. I mean, actually, your city and county and nonprofit organizations. Like here, this is up in a small town up there. The county and individual municipalities will have funding for low to moderate income families in the form of grants to rehabilitate their existing home, provide assistance to new homeowners, and assistance, listen to this, to landlords in the rehabilitation of rental units. So these are grants that they're saying is available to fix up your home if you're low to moderate income. That means like 50 grand or less, and for a family of 4, you know. And then also to buy homes, and to buy homes, that's usually up to 80 grand or more. And then also, see what I think is really important here, for landlords. So in other words, if you have property, you can get a grant to fix up your property so you make more money. You know, what could be better than that? Yeah, somebody said, do I do California? How do you get those? You have to know where to apply. See, it's local. Somebody said, okay, how do I get that grant, you know, to fix up my home or something? you could contact your county, your state, the local nonprofits or whatever. That's what I'm trying to teach you to do. I do that. I charge. I will show you, like for $49.95, give me your city, your state, and I'll show you 150 programs where you live for housing. I do that research every day. That's why I just finished two that I was working on in between the weddings, and I finished them up this morning when I got up, because we just drove in last night. So I just got them out, and I said, hey, what I should also do is teach people about this, because there's interesting things in this one. Will you put all the web links on the YouTube and Facebook? Yes, I'll try. Some of them I forget. These I'm reading from my report, so I mean it's not fair to give you the whole report. But I'm calling out the websites too, so they're in the video here. Well, actually, this is only for Sullivan County in New York. So if you go to Sullivan County in New York, Mr. Lesko, what are the 9 websites again? I didn't give actually the 9 yet. I didn't even get that far. I may have to do this on another time. I'm just getting to the government websites. But what I've given so far here is the Federal Home Loan Bank Board, FHLBNY.com, FHLBNY.com. If somebody puts that in the chat, would that stay there? I guess it would on YouTube, and the other ones it doesn't. Okay, that's there. And then Habitat for Humanity. Okay, HABITAT.org. HABITAT.org. Okay, the other one I gave was Rural Home, RURALHOME.org, RURALHOME.org. Okay, I think I could remember those, and I'll put them later. Off of Sullivan, New York, housing program. Sullivan, SULLIVAN .ny.us, and actually a co.Sullivan, SULLIVAN.ny.us. But I don't think that one will do you any good unless you really live in Sullivan. And I don't think any of you live in Sullivan. There's only 5 people, I think, that live there. Or the rural, somebody asked me about the rural. It's Rural Home, RURALHOME.org, okay? That's what that is. So that's why you won't find a lot of those. And now here's another organization that you should know about, particularly if you don't have a lot of money. Anything in Columbus, absolutely, Eddie, man, Eddie from Ohio, all right? Isn't that a rock group or rock and roll group or something, Eddie from Ohio? He used to play in town here a lot. Let's go, absolutely, the same thing. You have to look for those. I mean, if you want to hire me to do it, that's what $50 or $49.95, whatever. I do it for all, for your town, your city, and it's like a 150-page report with all the websites for where you live. Now, what I'm trying to do is educate, number one, right now, so you know it's there. If you want to look at the one in Sullivan, Ohio, New York, but it won't do you any good in Columbus or anywhere else. But so you know these things are there. See, if you don't know they're there, or the probability that it would be there, to me, otherwise you'll go to Google, you'll look at once, you'll put in housing grants, and by just putting in that, you're never going to find the goddamn thing, and, like that club, I was telling you about, that's a money club, or they give a grant, if you put in $1, they give you a $4 grant. No, co.sullivan.ny.us. co.sullivan.ny. Okay. I see. See, to look at my chat, I can't be the operator. So I can't see it. I got to figure out how to be the operator and look at it. I'm looking, ruralhome.org, and no spaces in there. So that's important. Here's another thing called, just write this name down, because you could find this easily by just these 2 words. Community Action Agency. Community Action Agency, .org. Okay, Community Action Agency. If you put that in Google, and if you put find local communityactionagency.org, okay, you'll see a link for the headquarters for all the community action agencies. There's thousands of them, in the United States. Now they get grant money to give the individuals, mostly lower to mid-income individuals. Community Action Agency. You got it. I don't know if that is a. I think that may not be the website communityactionagency.org, but if you Google Community Action Agency and put org at it, you make sure you see only .org because that's what you want. And they have a link there where you can find your local one because that's what you want to know. They're all a little different. They have individual development accounts, maybe. They have money for daycare. Individual development account is like that club where you put in $1 and they put in $5. We just moved to Sullivan, New York. No kidding, Lewis. Oh, you're kidding me, right? Okay, well, after looking for Sullivan, New York for housing, I gave you the Federal Home Loan Bank Board. They're the best things. Your state, let me give you the state. Let's help Lewis here because he's... God, he just moved to New York. I can't believe that, Lewis. That's cool. Let me give you the main website. Okay. NYSHCR.org. NYSHC is in Charlie, R is in rabbit.org. That's for New York State Government Home and Community Renewal. See, who the hell would know of Home and Community Renewal? Yeah, but that's it. They got a bunch of programs there. I got it all in the report here. You want to do that. And then also what you want to do, Lewis, is go to HUD.gov, okay, and you're looking for counseling. So if you put counseling, then you'll see a map of the United States, and you'll see all the ones that are available in New York and close to you. They're free. See, these are free people that will help you with all that. Gosh, you're moving to Southern Divide. I mean, there can't be 5 people. You're doubling the population there, I think. But there's all kind of, here's and your state government there has counseling services that are great. Free legal help. Remember, all these issues, there's free legal help too for that. And another one, any of those things you're looking for free legal help, that's right. Somebody wrote this in. I guess that's you, Lewis. NYSHCR.org. Yeah. Click it now. See if it works. If that's for homes and community, whatever it is. And then here's another money to. Would you be a good grant method to funding an organization? I started organic vegan food. I want to do organic vegan farming and serve organic vegan food. Yes and no. The problem is, somebody said, would I be a good source for that? I mean, I could say yes to anything, but I think what I'm better at, tell you the truth, well, I'm probably the best in the world because I don't know anybody who spends as much time doing that. But to get that done, to get that business done, you have to look further than grants. If you're only looking for grants, that's not big enough because your probability is small. I mean, it's not 100% probability. It's not even 50% probability. If you're looking for grants, you're lucky, particularly on a business, if you have a 20-30% chance of getting it. And so to me, you have to be bigger than that. You have to think wider. You have to be more creative on where that money might be. And that's what I'm really good at, tell you the truth. Oh, Alabama. Yes, there is stuff in Alabama too, Angie. And so you have to check your county and city. What I'm doing here in New York is showing you a sample. What is probably available, it's different. That's why I do the custom research, and I'll show exactly what your city and county has. But you could fish around long enough until you find it and at least appreciate my work when I do it, because then you'll see it. But back to the vegan stuff. Maybe you want to try lesgo.com/talk, because we could spend 15 minutes on the phone. It's like $1 a minute. So for $10-15, I will able to expand your mind about other relationships you may be able to do, what nonprofits may be helpful to do this, how to work with maybe the school system so you get vegan stuff in there and do programs and raise money together. And see, it's easy to raise money if you're working with something in the community that's going to grow. So you want to talk about, dig in and discover non-traditional ways of doing things. That's the only thing that gets done. And the problem when we're doing something in life, we're reading about other people, how they did it. And that worked for them. That worked for them, And if it's traditional stuff, you're like, to me, when I got an MBA school, they were telling me, you need money, you go to the bank. That's stupid. The bank is only in place. He will give you money if you don't need money. You got to be creative and think of other ways. And now with the internet, there's more ways, to do that. And that's what I'm trying to educate, people about. All these other ways that are available. Anyway, everyone, let's help Mr. Lesko with what? Oh, that's so nice to hear. With likes and shares. Oh, please, that'd be great. I don't know why hardly anybody watches my stuff. I'm having fun. I believe in it, and I think. I don't want to be something I'm not anymore. I originally from Newark, New Jersey, and want to make a living in Columbus, Ohio. Easier if I look where to look. Okay, in Columbus, you have a business idea. Columbus has a very good programs that help you start a business. Give you consulting, money, maybe not, but it's a good place to just check in with them. If you dial 211 in Columbus and ask for, I'm looking for the Business Development Center. I interview people there. I have a video on my website, even on my YouTube channel, of people in Columbus who will take your invention, take your idea, help you find money, help you do everything. They don't work 100% of the time, but it's a place that you have to do. Anytime you're trying to do something, you have to, don't prepare for success. Oh, I'm just going to go to this one place and they're going to make me and get me all the help, because people sell you that. Just call me and I'll show you how to get $1 million. That's bullshit. Nobody could do that, They're lucky if they did it. And if it was so easy, they'd be doing it every day instead of trying to sell you something, So everything is a maybe, And to me is that what you want to do is try free maybes. Not maybes that cost money. Because you'll be out of money while you're still into the maybes. By the time you find the for sure, you're broke and never get there. So good to see you. Oh, thank you. So it's important, I think, to find the free stuff. I see I've been 40 minutes with you guys already. I didn't even get to my 9 things, and I want to cover them. So we'll cover those another time. But I'll ask, take another question or two if somebody has something before I go. I got all these reports I got to finish. So make me work harder. See if there's a report you need for housing, buying a house, fixing up a house, or being a real estate investor. If you want to start a business or a nonprofit, or if you're just looking for extra money to live on, because that's the most complete work I've ever done, I think, to show you where you live, to show you almost 350 programs, to get extra money to live on. No, you don't need good credit. Most of the programs you don't, because people, they're giving away the money, so they don't care if you pay it back. They're not expecting you to pay it back. Credit is for people who want you to pay it back. So don't worry about that. And that's what's neat about this stuff, if people don't know. Ryan just, you're a day late and $1 short, Ryan. Money for real estate. Okay, that's a report, or go through my old videos, give you a lot of reports. Waiting for the Florida report. You didn't get it? Email me. If you haven't gotten a Florida report, I think we have a problem in our system. Email me if you ordered a Florida report for free because you're hurt by the flood or the hurricane. Send me an email at letsgofreeradio@gmail.com. letsgofreeradio@gmail.com. I try my best to catch your live streams. Very good info to pass along as well. Well, thank you. Well, share it with people. That always helps me if you can. But I hate to be pestering people. Oh, share this for me. Whatever. I have lots to do, and I love having lots to do. I want to learn more about how to get money to invest in real estate. If you want me to do the research, $49.95. You go to lesco.com/research. Click on, I have 2 research reports on housing. It's the same one. So one is real estate, one is housing, but either one you get the same report. And I'll show you every single program where you live, and that's, you're not going to get more than that anywhere. You would be fun hanging around with, well, I got ex-wives that say something else, but thank you. Okay, guys, I'm going to, check my YouTube. I got some playlists there by subject, so if you want to look at real estate and stuff like that, to do it. And I've been off the air here with you guys for 4 or 5 days, so I'll be back real soon, maybe tonight or tomorrow at least, okay? Take care, thank you. How's the tire? Thank you.